Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the House Academy Show, entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Bitaler.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from normally sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how baby boomers will sell 21 million homes over the next two decades, next 20 years, and what that really means to us as house investors, or at least it's my opinion.
I was just talking to somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was, and they were young, and I think they were trying to impress me. And like pulling random facts out of their head, like of things that they read in the paper. And they're just talking about how the next generation coming up is going to buy so many homes. I don't remember what generation it is, but all the 25 to 35-year-olds that are hot on buying homes more than we are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this generation coming up.
Right.
Yeah, the American dreams never changed.
I know, and I keep thinking...
That surprises me a lot.
It does.
I read the same thing.
And I watch them right now successfully renting and putting money away, and I worry that they're going to put their hard-earned money into a mortgage at the wrong time.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
I know, and they're going to lose some of that money.
I mean, we both did it.
Yeah, well, but we're here. I'm trying to save you.
Let's get back to this trying to impress Jill.
Okay.
People trying to impress Jill. When you're
it was a guy.
When you're a young male,
All right.
you know, you try to impress women. It's just part of our biology. And what's funny is that we just do it all wrong. Your
That's
innate
true.
reaction when you're a young man to try to impress a woman is to tell her about how great you are and bang your chest and look at my sports car and, you know.
And my watch.
And that's not what women want at all, it turns out, at any age.
Yeah.
What do women want?
The more mysterious and discreet and non-braggy you are, believe me, the more we like you. What do women want?
Yeah.
Oh.
And what do women want in that environment? Like, you meet this new guy.
Yep.
The last thing you want is for him to talk about himself and his job and how great he is.
Exactly.
But that's exactly
you sit
what
there and
all
you're like,
men.
Dawn. Seriously.
But that's what men are hardwired biologically to impress you. So it comes out that way.
I don't want to. I don't want to hear it's.
Give us some instruction.
I don't want to hear it's my round. Because you bought the last two, and you assume that I am, women's rights. Heck no! Don't assume that. Assume I want to be swept off my feet, and I want you to be a gentleman and treat me like a woman and take care of me and offer me your seat and buy me and my friends drinks and ask us a lot of questions.
Ask questions?
Yes.
How about, where's the compliments? I've learned now in my later life that compliments can get you everywhere really quickly.
Correct.
With anyone. But there's this line where it just becomes like, it becomes like silly and see-through.
Well, if you don't think first, number one, that's a lot of it. Like, don't issue a stupid compliment. I'm trying to think of an example, but they're out there. Make it sincere. Don't ask me the cliche ones. I've never seen eyes that color. I mean, we don't want that,
yeah.
Right? But wow, you sound really good about your job. What do you do? That's really cool. How did you get there? That's really interesting. That could be a compliment and push me forward, make me feel good about myself. And then all the while go, you know what? You're having this great conversation. This is dating 101 apparently right now on the show. So we're having a great conversation. You're asking about myself. You're asking about my job. You're complimenting me about, God, you kick ass in that environment. Sounds like, yeah, I do. And then the next thing you say is, all right, your drink is empty. Do you want the same thing? Or would you like something different? I'll be right back.
Wow, I'm learning a lot today.
There you go. But you do this stuff. You know that. I
wonder,
awesome
every
at
time
this.
we talk about this, I wonder how much of it is Jill and then the universe of women.
I think there's a part of that too. Part of it's me. And I watch some of my friends. They aren't that way necessarily. They do like the cliche compliments, I think.
I think some people, and you're not one of them, are just incredibly uncomfortable when someone walks up to them and starts, talking. Like, I think this is well within your comfort level because you're a born salesperson. And I just think that you can handle anything that anyone says pretty intelligently and quickly, and you can think on your feet. I think a lot of people are just like, what the heck?
You know the part that I don't understand about my friends? We have a few friends, one in particular that was like pouting in the corner. And it's actually not my friend. She's kind of a friend of a friend because she won't be my friend because of this. She's pouting in the corner because it's not all about her.
Yeah.
We were out and a friend had her sister visiting from the East Coast. I mean, come on. And she's pouting in the corner because the conversation's not about her. What the heck? That screams insecurity and weirdness, and who would want to talk to her? Could you imagine? She was all pissed off because she's, we're not like trolling for men. Never mind, she's married, but
Oh, really?
not kidding.
How do you know that?
I know that.
That's
I know she's
disgusting.
married.
No,
And
I mean, how do you know she was?
Well, she just wanted to go out and flirt and have fun, right? And talk to guys. And we're like, we're having a good conversation. It's not all about you. I don't understand that.
That's not good.
Correct.
Today's topic, which I already said.
How about the question?
Oh yeah, let's take it before we get into I got so sidetracked about how to get a girl. HowtogetaGirl.com by Jill DeWitt. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the houseacademy.com online community. It's free.
Edgar says, I had to modify the purchase agreement a bit more because it was lacking on some additional terms. For him, I added. The main one that stood out, though, is that it doesn't have a deposit amount. Should we include a deposit amount or just leave it empty? I know that for some of my self-closed deals, this is no biggie, but for most of my deals, I plan to use a title company. Also, for my real estate agents, I put in the following statement. Seller understands that one or more buyers of this company is a licensed real estate agent. Buyer has a personal interest to purchase this property as an investment for the purpose of making a profit. Buyer has no brokerage relationship with seller and is not representing seller in this transaction. What are your comments?
First of all, I don't know where the question is.
I was thinking.
Second of all, on what planet? On what planet is all this language required? I'll tell you what planet, because I know about this person, and there's a lot more to this question, and I truncated it before all the blood vessels broke in the top of my head. We are not real estate agents. If you've ever read a real estate agent purchase agreement or printed it out, put it on your desk, and looked at our purchase agreement, ours is one page. Theirs is 48 pages. We didn't create a show and create Land Academy and create a business with the intent of complicating things and making it difficult for people and hard to understand. So, Edgar, feel free to make your purchase agreement 92 pages long, and I'd like you to let us know how it goes.
That's all I can think of. It's like this contract I just got yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm staring
You
at
just
this
got one of
contract.
these.
And it's so sad to me. There's somebody else. I'm deal funding. It's a deal funding deal that I'm doing. And the person that we're doing the deal funding with, we're on the same page / however, they're allowing this agent to kind of call the shots. And that's not how we roll. It's never been how we roll. And this agent is looking at this going, no, I know I could do this type of a contract, but I think we should do this type of a contract, which is the longer one. And they're adding in extra addendums that the seller nor actually we're the seller in this transaction, that the buyer nor us cares about. And they're accidentally going to blow the deal. And
Yeah.
what that's going to do for them is they're not going to get a commission. And that's the part I don't understand. If everybody's on the same page, I'm happy with a cocktail napkin. You're happy with a cocktail napkin. And on the cocktail napkin says, hey, agent, you get X% of this. Why would you want to mess that up?
I'd like to buy your house for $134,000. We're going to use escrow agent X. And if at any time this doesn't work for you, let me know. We'll kill the deal. And likewise, if we find some stuff we don't like at any time during the transaction, we're going to kill the deal. And then there's a few other little terms and conditions about how we're probably going to pay for everything because of the price. And so all this stuff is for them. It's not. So I don't know how our culture, this whole country was built on attorneys. All the forefathers of our countries of this country are lawyers. And so there's this prevalent legal. All of these things happen with these contracts. They're built over time because of problems. So you can't see into the future. There has to be a little bit of trust. And contracting stuff to death, it's just not, in the end, you're going to lose.
Well, and I'd like to know, this would be a good case study. I'm very curious. How many people would actually follow through on that contract? So let me give you an example. I'm going to buy your house, Stephen. You and I are all into it, and we're getting down to the end. We signed the thick 25-page addendum that goes with the 98-page contract. because you have the worst agent on the planet, by the way. But we're all in. But at the very end of it, you decide you don't want to sell, you don't want to move, you love the neighborhood, whatever reason you're like, right? And so you say, Jill, deal's off. Am I really going to go after you for this? What point, what would be the purpose of that? Am I really going to dig in and hire an attorney and say, oh, but you signed and it's, 3 hours before closing, you can't change your mind. Yeah, you can.
I've never done, go ahead.
And the escrow company's not going to force it, by the way. They're going to go, oh, well, and move on. That's fine. Push it aside. Who cares? They're going to shred it. And again, that would be me or vice versa. I'm not going to, and what would I get out of it? You think, seriously, is there really going to be an attorney I'm going to hire that's going to come and pack you up and move you out? We'll probably settle for something and we both spend a lot of money and waste a lot of time. So what's the point?
Here's the point.
Okay.
And that's a great question. The point is this. I'm a insecure real estate agent who has too much hairspray on. I'm very, very, very concerned that you're going to change your mind and I'm going to lose my fee. Sign all this shit. I'm sorry, I can't even say that. I'll bleep it out. Sign all these 500 pages of stuff because you can't back out because I want my fee. So I'm not really interested in representing you. I'm not really interested in doing a real estate deal, actually. I'm interested in getting my money.
Do you know what I think? I think if I'm a real estate agent, I like this game.
We should do this show.
This is crazy.
I'm a real estate agent.
I'm a real estate agent. Here's what I do. I scare the crap out of you by having you sign your name 45 times and initial in 103 places because you think now that you're bound to this thing. Never mind, you could run it in the shredder and tell me to go jump in a lake.
Yeah.
Because you really can't.
So
it's not about the agent. The agent doesn't it's between the buyer and the seller.
So this person's starting, Edgar, I'm not pricking on you. I'm really not. You don't need to call. Please don't call my customer service and say, "Oh my God, this on the show they said this." No. Nobody knows who you are.
No, we're not picking on you. For real. This is you just opened up a fun banter for us.
Yeah. These real estate deals don't have to be complicated, and they're not about fees. They're about a buyer buying a piece of property for a low amount, reselling it for a higher, and everybody's still winning. Because the person just wanted to sell and get out of there. And the new person just wanted to buy a property that's still undervalued and maybe renovate it. That's our whole business model. This person's starting down the path of trying to make sure that all the terms and conditions are going to be dealt with in a contract, because this is what's ingrained. This is what they teach you in real estate school. And this is what their designated brokers tell them. You want to make sure you get this fee out of this thing. You want to make sure you cover yourself because you get sued. That we go 180 degrees from that. This is kind of a rant now, but it's just silly.
I'm just about to do the right thing. Everybody do the right thing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Today's topic, baby boomers will sell 21 million homes in the next 2 decades. This is the meat of the show. There's a huge, huge shift in real estate value and in real estate ownership that's about to happen with a population shift. And so here's the great news. Like, isn't it funny, these big, huge statistics? Mm-hmm. It's like, what do they mean to you? Okay, this is big. These kind of statistics, like every time I read them, I'm like, all right, well, now I have more questions than information. And maybe that's the point. Maybe this is actually in the Wall Street Journal. Maybe they're such skilled writers that's what they want you to do. They want you to read the title and then get more information. So, what does a stat like this mean? Well, it means that about 21 million houses are going to get sold over the next 20 years. And if you do the math on that per day and per week, it's pretty staggering. It's a lot more than now. Where are they all going to go? Where are all those people going to go?
I don't know.
They're
I
going
think
to
they're going to
downsize. They might get
Well, yeah.
smaller houses. They might move into
they're going to move into something else.
some version of long-term care facilities, maybe apartments, whatever is more compliant with their theoretical plan for retirement.
Right.
And retirement means spending less money and saving more. And so these houses are going to come up. But here's the good news. You know who tracks this way more than us is new home builders like Shea Homes and Toll Brothers, right. and people that statistically have a lot more to lose than us, who are going to stop building homes to address this infill scenario or the newer, like Joe alluded to right in the beginning of the whole show. Younger people are saying, but younger people still want to buy a house. They probably just don't want to buy a house that a baby boomer owned that's got, an olive kitchen in it. So all this stacks up for good stuff for us. Here's why. To do very, very well at what we do, you only need to do one or two. If you listen to yesterday's show on Land Academy, we have a member who just does one deal a month. So if you buy and sell a house every month and net $50,000 to $80,000,
Right.
and take advantage of this movement. The key to this whole stat for me is the real estate's going to move, and it's going to move at a higher velocity and a higher volume than we're used to now. That's all good for us.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I'm personally excited. All I think of is all the people that I know from my hometown that are still living in the house that they bought in 1964 for $28,000, and it's been paid off forever. So these people are going to get offers from us and on our community here, and they're going to be like, yippee-ki-yay. Thank you so much. I don't have to remodel the kitchen. You don't care that I filled in the pool in the backyard because it looks kind of ugly, but I couldn't stay in the pool. And I can cash out quickly and easily, and you'll help me arrange a mover if I need to.
As a data person, this is really intriguing to me too, because now if I realize there's a higher chance that somebody between the ages of X and Y are likely to move out, it might change the letter that I send out, because I can very easily identify the ages of people in their homes through API data development and the whole thing. Jill and I are, well, not Joe, but I spend a lot of my day studying how to get better data so that we can send out better, as a group, send out more accurate mail campaigns. So as a percentage, any little angle like this is good.
Well, I personally, now that we're talking about it, I'm brainstorming too. I'm thinking this is really going to be ideal for us because I really believe that generation values customer service. They like to walk into the bank, see the teller, talk to the teller, and write a check.
Yeah.
There's
right.
still people out there. So to have the level of customer service, they're not going to go on a website, check this out. They're not going to go on a website and put in their address because some of them don't even have computers. They don't have fax machines. They think that's a big deal. They think that's technology still. Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to operate the camera on their phones if their phones have a camera. So to get a real letter in the mail from us that they can sign and call and talk to a person and do it the old school way will sing to them.
I agree.
But watching a commercial on TV and going in and typing in their address to do it is going to be scary for them. And I don't think they're going to do that. And they're going to get a call from someone in a call center, and it's going to be beeping in the background because it's going to be this weird recorded stuff. I don't think that's going to work. And I'm as I'm thinking this through right now, I'm like, our whole business model just got better.
I agree. There's just a lot more fish to catch now in the same pool. And so you can drop your line in. There's a much better chance that you're going to be able to accomplish one or two true wholesale flips. And then on the flip side, all these homes are going to get gobbled up by younger people, much younger than us, actually, because of these urban areas. The young people want to live in urban areas. It's always been like that. And that's where these baby boomers have aged in place. So it all stacks up to good stuff. I mean, we could do a whole hours and hours on this, actually. I really dug into this. It's a very positive thing for us. It's a great time to get into the house wholesaling business, as long as it's data driven and not silly, and you're not a real estate agent. I'm not. You can be a real estate agent, just don't act like one.
Happy you could join us today. Remember, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can find us on the Land Academy Show. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are right here on the House Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is how Land Academy works from anywhere. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. That was kind of a rant.
But that was good. That just made me think how great this is going to be.
Yeah.
If anything, I might tweak our offer just to make it sure it sings to them. We know you've owned your house for a long time. We know you want to get a fair price. We know
you
don't.
bought your house in 1962.
Right. And
Because
you've
we
been
have
there
all that
since.
stuff
We do.
in our data set. We have a tremendous amount of data that we could use differently.
Right. You know, one of the things that I do all the time still, like right now doing some of the things I'm doing in LA County, is when I have someone that comes back and says, this offer doesn't work for me, but this one, this offer doesn't work for me. Let's just say that. I get those emails. So I have kind of a template email that I send back, which is, okay, I get that. Let me back up and just say, here's who I am. This is how I roll. I'm not going to negotiate. I don't want to waste your time and my time. Please think about this. And I say things like, there's no agent involved, so that commission's going to stay in your pocket, by the way. Please just fire back with me, after you thought about it, with your lowest, best offer what you would accept. And I will click a respond with a yay or a nay, and we'll move on. And it works fantastic.
Yep.
And I'm not going to go back and forth.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking about how I tweak things for that group. So maybe tweaking things a little bit going forward, like we just talked about, for this group of people that we're sending offers to, might make a little bit of an extra difference.
Well, it's actually getting me thinking about, because I obviously read this morning, doing a little separate mailer, because there's pockets. You can see through census data. You can see there's a lot of ways to look at data and see, you know what, there's a ton. The article was written, if you're really interested in this, go look up Wall Street Journal and 21 million baby boomers or something. The article was written from a correspondent in Sun City, Arizona, which is it's not a 55 plus community, I don't think, but it was a Del Webb community that was made for retirement. It was one of the first of its kind in the country. All those houses are going to become available. Or are.
It's like they have the tennis courts and the golf courts
Yeah.
and the pickleball. It's designed for them. I think you're right. I don't think it's like restricted for anybody,
Yeah.
but it's sure designed for, if you have little kids, you're not going to want to
Yeah.
live here. You're not hanging out. It's not the right neighborhood. There's no elementary school around there.
And the millennials aren't going to want to move in there. So
Right.
there's just a lot more data. When there's more data, our group and our mentality is more successful.
Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there. We are
We're
Steve and
Jill.
Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.